changed my self-confidence. It helped me to not compare myself anymore with anybody. So many things to compare, and that's in a human nature, comparing. And comparing is totally okay if it gives you the inspiration. It's really okay. We always found an inspiration in people when we see how somebody cope with something, and then we receive some strength and we say like, okay, I want to, and I can, or I can be brave as her, or I can be strong like he is. But I want to remind you first on the thing that is about your perspective on that person, or what that person wants to show to you. So maybe you see someone who looks really brave and it's a mess inside, but that person don't want to show that it's a mess. So you see someone who is brave, but probably is not. And the problem is when you feel weak because you see that somebody else is brave and you perceive that you are not brave as that person. So that's the problem. If comparison starts to causing wrong and negative emotions in you and creating the negative picture of you in your head and in your mind, that's the sign that you need to hear this message and that you need to stop. Because we are all of those things. We are simply all of those things. Every human being is smart and stupid, brave and not brave, confident and not confident, strong and not strong. You can continue this list. But the point is that we are all of those things at some points and situations in our life. There will be situations in your life where you will be very strong and very brave. Another day, there will be situation in your life when you will be very, very scary and you will run away. So it depends on the situation. There were moments in my life when I was really scared and I wanted to be brave. But there were moments in my life when I was really brave and then I was proud of it. But I cannot say that I cannot label myself and say I am a brave person or I am totally a coward in life, because it depends on a situation, on a moment, on life circumstances, on your chemicals in your organism, chemicals in your body. It depends on so many things how you will react and behave on a certain situation. And yes, we have some, like we can say, dominant personal characteristics. Like we can behave like 80% confident in situations and 20% not so confident or shy in a certain situations. But that doesn't define me as a super confident or completely not confident person. And that's how we should think about all people around us. That's why comparing is completely useless and not logical. Because first, you don't know what you see. As we said before, you can see a super confident person and you don't know that inside there's a complete anxiety attack at that moment when you see some very confident person and very calm person. So it's all about your perception, and your perception doesn't need to be truth. Another thing is that we are all of those things. We as human beings, we feel all the emotions that we have. We behave with most of the possible ways we can behave just according to the situation. So I am brave in one moment and I am coward in one moment. And if you see me at the moment where I am brave, it doesn't mean that I'm brave. And it doesn't mean that I'm always brave. And it doesn't mean that you are not brave. So if we want to stop comparing ourselves in a negative way, we must stop that labeling thing. Like label that person as brave and automatically label myself as coward or not so brave. Labeling someone as confident and labeling myself as not confident. Oh, battery will go here too. Okay, yeah. So the point of this is anytime you catch yourself like comparing yourself and feeling negative emotions, just remember, we behave according to the situation. And we are all those things. Sometimes brave, sometimes coward, sometimes confident, sometimes shy. Sometimes feels pretty, sometimes feel like a mess. And that's why there is no any logic in just labeling yourself below anybody or labeling anybody below you. Use comparison for inspiration. Yes, I want to be brave like this in that situation, but never use comparison for self-downing. I hope this reflection and those thoughts will be an inspiration for you. Write me in the comments, write me in the inbox, and let's talk a little bit more about this topic because it's very important.